Hello everyone, a warm welcome to each one of you for the virtual session of science. I hope all the points discussed in the previous session you have taken down in your notebook hopefully. So let us see what are we going to have in this session. You are going to write down all the points and you are going to make all the links of the sessions which we are doing. So stay connected with the chapter, children. Let us see, we are going to continue with the chapter winds, storms and cyclones. We are doing part 4 of the chapter, and you have seen the cyclones, what types of cyclones you have. We have seen what do you mean by tornado and how destructive the tornado will be, and how to protect yourself during tornado. You have learned all that concept in the previous session. So let us see, in this session we are going to see safety measures for cyclones. Since cyclones, when you stay in cyclone prone areas, you should know all the safety measures to protect yourself and your belongings. Okay, and so let us see. There should be a cyclone forecasting service that can warn the people of a particular area that can be hit by a cyclone. So warn the people. Please make a note there, not warn the people. Please make a correction there. So there should be a cyclone forecasting services all the time to check for the cyclone and should be able to warn the people before the hit of the cyclone, because that will be a preventive measures. Next, the speed of winds plays a major role in predicting any calamity like cyclones. Hence, the speed of wind in coastal areas should be measured regularly. Next, you have anemometer. Anemometer is a device that can measure the speed of the wind. All these measures will be really helpful as a preventive measures before the cyclone hit an area where you are living. If you evacuate that place, you take require measures, safety measures that will help to save our lives and all the people around, and it will save lots of damages. So here you have anemometer which will help you to measure the speed of the wind, and that can give you some kind of alertness. So let us see. This is how the anemometer looks like, and it gives a measurement of the speed of the wind. Just have a look at the image, and it is like a tall tower, and you can easily see the movement of the wind, how fast it is moving. The speed of the wind can be detected, and you can take some precautionary measures against cyclones. So let us see some more measures. Continue to write. The fourth point, the warning should be communicated rapidly to the citizens, ships that are sailing in the sea, government agencies and fishermen as well. So in all these areas this communication should be reached on time, otherwise it will be of no use. Once the cyclone hit, it will create destruction. If you are not aware of it, it will be very dangerous, very much harmful, because you are not aware of it, and all of a sudden a cyclone hitting an area, you will not get a chance to save yourself. Next, along with this, cyclone shelters should be built in coastal areas, and agencies should be appointed who can help the people at the time of calamity. So these are the various safety measures which can be taken against cyclone. How individuals can protect themselves from cyclones. Now, as an individual, how you can protect yourself from cyclone, because as you know, highly devastating cyclone can be, and one need to save themselves. How can we do that? One should not ignore the warnings given by the weather forecasting team, and if you can, you must move to safe places and carry all your important belongings with you. So this is the first thing which you can do after getting a warning. You should never ignore the warning, because that can cost your life. One should not drive on roads that have standing water, as they might be damaged. Okay, so where you have just next to water bodies, you should be aware that can be very that can damage, and they difficult to escape that place. One should keep all the emergency numbers with themselves so that they can seek help when required. So whenever you see some kind of you have emergency, so you should keep all emergency numbers safe with you all, so that whenever you need help you can call the required people, they will help you, and therefore you should always keep these numbers, emergency numbers, with you all. Next, here you can see what to do during a cyclone. Just have a look at this image. Is giving a briefing about what can be done during a cyclone. If you are not able to have a preventive measures, or you are not able to escape cyclone by somehow the cyclone hit the area and you are in that particular area, how can you do things to prevent or to save yourself from cyclone? You can get ready, monitor alerts and advices from emergency services. You can shut all the external doors and windows, gather family and review your evacuation plan. So you should work on it, and you should remain inside. If you have no time, then there is no other option. Remain inside and protect yourself. Shelter at home, remain inside with your emergency kit and battery radio, and you should have communication gadgets, and they should be well charged. So turn off gases and electricity, unplug appliances, move people and pets to strongest part of the house. So where there's strongest part of the house where they're unlikely to fall due to cyclone. The part of the house where it will not be that affected due to cyclone. Leave home, follow evacuation plan and head to nearest emergency shelter. So you should go to emergency shelter whenever time permits. If you have time and you have to plan all that properly, don't attempt to drive or walk through water. Instead, stay in car with hand brake on. You can't take pets, leave untied in laundry or bathroom with food and water. This is what we can do for the pets, children. I hope these are some of the precautionary and the remedial measures, the measures to protect ourselves from cyclone. So what to do if you are living in a cyclone hit area? Write down some points over here. The water in such region can be contaminated, as one should make sure if the water is safe and only then drink it. Next, one should stay away from the power lines for electrical switches of any kind. Should not touch any electrical gadgets. You have to switch all the electrical gadgets off. One should stay at home or at the shelters and should not move out unnecessarily. One should not put unnecessary demands to the rescue team and should cooperate with them. One should help each other in such situation. So this is how, if you are in a cyclone hit area, all this you can do to help yourself and to help others during cyclone. That is a natural calamity and we should all help each other. Role of technology in predicting and protecting from the cyclone. So what is the role of technology? We have advancement in technology over the years, and how does technology will help us to deal in such natural calamity, or how to prevent such when you have such calamity, how we can have some preventive measures or some safety measures. See, the satellites and radars have made it possible to predict cyclones ahead of time so that appropriate precautionary measures can be taken accordingly. So here we have that much of technology that before hitting cyclone in any region, we get predictions, we get weather forecasting, so we should be alert. This is the role of technology nowadays. There are now several national and international organizations that monitor cyclone related issues. So it is not like we are totally depending on the natural calamity. We have to wait and see the destruction, or we will lose our life. It is not like that. We have technology to take care of ourselves. So we have all national and international organization which monitor cyclone, and time to time the alert is being given to the people. Generally a cyclone watch or a cyclone and an alert is issued every 48 hours in advance if storm is expected in an area. So you get sufficient time to plan your evacuation. You can move with your belongings, you can move with your things, and you can evacuate that place so that you can save your life and your belongings. Next, then a cyclone warning is issued before 24 hours. This warning is then broadcasted in the area after intervals of half an hour or 1 hour. So they keep giving warning in 48 hours, 24 hours, then after that, after every half an hour or 1 hour. So the warning has been given. If a cyclone is expected, is predicted, then they start giving warning 48 hours before, then 24 hours, and then they gradually reduce the time. Before 1 hour or half an hour, they keep giving warning to the people. So we get enough time to save ourselves. I hope the session was interesting to you all children. So all the precautionary measure, not only to learn and just learning for this concept, for this chapter is not enough children. These are all the measures you are learning for in this chapter to have application in your day-to-day life. So all, please remember all these precautionary measures which you can take during cyclone and storm and save a life, because this will have a real life situations where this knowledge of yours will be really helpful to yourself and to save life of others. I hope the concept and the safety measures which we have discussed clear with you all. Thank you children, and have a wonderful day.